Have you ever worked for a company in which you saw a problem? Either it be a process from A to B is too slow, information passed from one employee to another is too slow, or a product just does not work. And then you think to yourself, well, why isn't this product fixed? Why isn't this problem not fixed? So the idea is, well, maybe management knows about the problem anyway, so I shouldn't speak up. Or if I'm going to speak up, how do I? So in this presentation, we are going to learn about how the build, measure, learn feedback loop and other techniques will improve inefficiencies usually ignored. So in the preview, we are going to go over definitions that are going to be used throughout the presentation and how the long-term effects of inefficiencies affect the company. We're going to be creating the right mindset and who can help within the company and how can management be blind. Then we'll be going over how timing and the build, measure, learn feedback loop is important, how when we have an idea, how we can pivot or persevere, and how to notify management when there is a problem. All of the information today is most provided by Greg Caldwell's 2020 book, Lean Startup. So we're going to start with the definitions. One of the definitions is being inefficient. This is the waste of resources, including time, energy, and money. And we need to be efficient in the corporate world. That is, resulting in producing a desired result that limits with zero to no waste. And in the peer review, Social and Intellectual Dimensions of Entrepreneurs by Stefan Kowalski, published in the 2004 Higher Education in Europe journal, he points out that being efficient is the shift from economic resources away from lower productivity to higher productivity for greater yields or earnings. And the reason why it's important to be efficient is because of the ripple effect. Because one process being inefficient at the beginning affects the entire thing. So we think to ourselves, what does it mean to be successful? So according to the article, What's the Secret to Success, written by a collection of entrepreneurs, published in the 2015 Newsweek, they say that success equals determination, brilliance, plus great timing, plus great ideas. And when we additionally look at the article of Entrepreneur's Guide to Building a Successful Business by Jonathan Scott in the 2017 Newsweek, he also says that ambition, confidence, and curiosity is part of the characteristics of being successful. So how do we implement this in the workforce? Who can help bring success within the company? It starts with the employees. Every employee should be encouraged to speak up about a problem, specifically their daily processing. If you are having frustrations with your daily processing now, it is affecting somebody else down the process. Who else can help? Companies. Companies should encourage a team from within, not an outsiders from within. They need to create an island of freedom away from management so they are free to express their opinions. And it needs to be a small group and a small budget. In the peer review of Budget and Schedule Success for Small Capital Facility Projects by 3 different authors published in the 2002 Journal of Management and Engineering, states that compared to the end results of big projects with big budgets compared to little projects with little budgets, little projects will always win when it comes to design cost. For the design cost is lower, the schedule growth, or how long it takes to build the project, is less, and the change order, or the labor and materials, are lower. So why is management blind? That's not something you would normally hear. Well, previously stated above in Greg Caldwell's 2020 Lean Startup book, he says the failure to deliver results due to either a failure to plan adequately or a failure to execute correctly. And this can come with only implementing a program, a product, or an idea once, and saying that it works based off of incorrect data. That's not correct. Also, it doesn't help to have too many hands in the pot. Sometimes when you have a bunch of senior management trying to look at problems, Too many big opinions and big personalities get in the way. So looking at who can help, how can time help? Well, time comes with a couple of fears. One of the fears is, what if nobody wants this product anyway? So you focus too much on the preliminary and not enough on the actual product. Then you have the just do it approach. This is focusing on just trying to build a product that nobody wants anyways. So that's why we have the build, measure, learn feedback loop in the middle, because this is the best way to find a problem with the least amount of time. So let's look at how that works. So we have build. What we need to do is we need to build a hypothesis, something that can be proven and something that comes with data. When you have a hypothesis of what needs to be fixed, you create a minimal viable idea. This is an idea that will help improve the three things here: progression, how things work within the company; communication, how information is passed; and development, improving a product. Now you can't stop there. You can't immediately go to your manager and say, I have an idea. No, you need feedback, you need proof, you need data. Eric Ries says in his 2020 book, The Lean Startup, that he says the results in learning that is evidence-based and actionable, leading to genuine product improvements with each repetition, meaning each time you were creating something that you were learning and is evidence-based. So we're going to go to measure. So the reason why we're measuring is because we have tests ran over data gathered. So if you don't run a lot of tests and you don't gather a lot of data, you figure out that nobody knows what they want. And it gets really messy. If you try to run a lot of tests but not a lot of data, all you're doing is observing behavior. Then you come in the middle and you start asking some more questions, but you're still not gathering enough to make a difference. Then you can take polls, but you're not really running a lot of tests. So to do it, have the maximum results, you need to run a lot of tests and gather a lot of data to prove in your statistics that your idea will solve a problem. So you ask, so why multiple tests? It removes politicians, because if you only have one idea, you must sell it. And that's not encouraging. You need to encourage entrepreneurs because the data ends up speaking for itself. Then it starts with learning. So we have a couple of questions. So how does the results improve processing? So any effort that doesn't go towards learning needs to be removed. Then we have, did the experiments come with a cost? So did improving one process slow down or decrease another process? Then we have, were mistakes made? So did any efforts go into something that nobody wants anyways? You need to keep these questions in mind. Then did you get results that you were not expecting? That happens sometimes too. And then did you get the right amount results? So not in the terms of the stuff that you were building, but in the stuff that you were learning. Success comes from learning, regardless of the results. So regardless if you fail, you are still learning. So now it comes with, we have an idea, we're really excited, but is it truly going to solve our problem? So we need to pivot or persevere. So with pivoting, it starts at a central point and turns to a new direction. And some of the fears that come with pivoting is two different sides. So you either think, well, my idea is not working, so I'm just going to give up. I'm going to be a quitter, I'm done. Or the other side of becoming bullheaded, thinking my idea is the best in the world, why isn't it working? You can't have that either. When it comes to the point of finding a problem for your company, you need to have perseverance and flexibility. Greg Cogwell says, discovering something that does not work is way better than digging yourself out of a hole. So once it comes to discovering that an idea needs to be pivoted, you can go through the build, measure, learn feedback loop as many times as you need. That's why it's there. So now we have an idea. We actually have tangible proof that it works, and we need to notify management. Sometimes we don't know what management wants. Sometimes we don't know what the management is looking for. So I've presented 3 ideas to look for. So we have presenting the problem, presenting the data, and presenting the results. So presenting the problem. Some of the questions will be, what is the problem? You need to be precise. And the more accurate you are, the better. Next one being, how does the problem waste resources? Show statistics. This will actually show them that there is something wrong. Hearsay does not work towards your problem. Who is affected by the problem? So not only you yourself, but who within the company? How is the process affecting the whole company? When and where was the problem first made aware? So you can show them the ripple effect of the problem. And finally, why does the problem need to be fixed now? Well, plenty of reasons. You don't want to waste resources. So presenting the data. This is why we have the build, measure, learn feedback loop. You can show them exactly how you figured out your idea, but I encourage you not to show them the entire thing. Only show them the last set. When presenting the results, you have to think about what will be the results of implementing the new idea. So how will this save the company time and money? Then we have who will benefit from the implementations of the new idea. So not only who within the one department, but how will the whole company benefit? And then finally, how can the company start this new idea today? So in this presentation, we went over some definitions within the presentation and how the long-term effects of inefficiencies, creating a new mindset and who can help and why is management blind, timing and the build, measure, learn feedback loop and how it works, whether to pivot or persevere, and to notify management. So being an entrepreneur within your company can bring remarkable success. So I encourage you to go back to your company and review your daily processing, your programs, your products, and your communications for inefficiencies. This will bring a great position within your company. Also, if you want to expand your knowledge about the build, measure, learn feedback loop, I encourage you to read The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Thank you. Everybody smile, you still stayed for the presentation. Woo!